Today. I hope amazing. So, we're back with Entropia Universe. I don't really have an actual plan necessarily today, just to be honest. I do have some lemon water here, which is a good thing. And planning on just basically casual play. I hope you all are having a good day. I'm going to be honest, this is going to be probably a shorter stream than normal, but I think we can get a bunch down. Anyway, got chat up and just hope you guys are all doing well. Hold on 1 second, I'll have all this stuff up. Just takes me a minute. Well, it doesn't take a full minute, but it does take a second, right? So, wildness, of course. Hey, Nita Freak, I hope you're having a great one. Let me see where we're at on things. I think I sold a bunch of stuff, to be honest, again. Did sell a bunch of stuff. Somebody outbid me on some type stuff. I'm going to take care of fixing all the stuff we sold. Maybe we go up to the space station, do a little hunting. That might be what we do. I think I have enough of these on me to replace stuff. Yeah, I do. Let me make an RK0, because I don't think I have an RK0 on me. Boom, boom. Well, I need like one. I'll go restock our store real quick. Make sure I don't need anything else. Go drop off stuff. I was crafting things the other night, and honestly don't know where we're at on crafting stuff. I know I definitely have enough random things. I was crafting some pretty high level components at one point, so okay. Boom. Hey Snow Ranger, hope you're doing amazing. So here's how we get up to our little shop. Let me click this out of the way, click this into the way, drop that right there. Make sure we have both tools on me. Yeah, that's the one I'm selling. This 103. It's an awesome looking mountain. Think we can climb it, you were right. Oh, well that's cool. Yeah, the Slipnir M2, the MK2, you never see it. Just to be honest. I found out that they took two components for a blueprint I have out of the game. Which kind of pissed me off a little bit. I've got to message them and ask them, hey, are you actually going to put the components back in for all your blueprints? Or, like, is the point of the game to eventually have a bunch of stuff that doesn't do anything and is worthless? I'm a little annoyed at that, but basically the competency of their staff is not on high, is what I'm going to say. I'm not actually impressed with the competency of Mind Arc in any capacity, you guys, just to be honest. We'll hope that that goes up over time or something. But they do more stupid stuff than... There are a bunch of useless BPs right now, which really is ridiculous because I have a whole bunch of BPs, and with each update, they make more and more of them worth nothing. because they literally can't be competent enough to keep subcomponents into the game that go into the BPs they put in the game. I actually seriously at this point don't consider this game to have a competent staff at all. I think some of the planet partners are not morons, but I think the people that work at MindArt itself are absolutely morons. Like, not a single thing that they've carried out over the last very long time, I've thought, oh, that was a great job. And in fact, more and more, I think, hey, that's about as dumbly as that could be carried out. I would have fired my employee for doing that. And for sure, I would have fired some of the people for how badly they've done on this game. Oh, they've done a crappy job before the twin event. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. Like, if I didn't have so much time and money invested in this game, I would have actually already quit. And I know that they already have a whole bunch of people that have decided that this game just isn't even worth playing, even though they have so much time and money into the game. I just wanted to see if there was something else. As it sits now, I enjoy playing it less and less. And so that's sad. You would think with all the stuff they do, I would be like, oh, I really enjoy this game. Nah, the more and more they do, the less and less I actually enjoy it. And so that's where we're at. Pretty sure this is at full. Yeah, I need that out of the way. Okay, then we go in here. Go pricing. I'll probably just go 58. Boom. We've got that baby laid down. Oh, there's no way. I hate to shock you that this is how competent they are. If you think that they're going to all of a sudden be more competent in it just because they have a new engine, they won't be. I have no faith in their competency at this point. Like literally, they've proven that that's not a thing that they do. And so, but I get you. We could all hope, and then we can all be super disappointed. Um, to be honest, yeah, no, I have no faith in them at all. I don't even think it's baseline competency. I absolutely, at this point, see the developers of this game as fully incompetent in every freaking way. I have no kindness to say about what I've seen done. I think indie companies do a better job all the time with less money on games. I don't know what I sold the last one of these. I keep my pricing the same because it doesn't really cost me anything to do anything in here. But yeah, I don't feel that they're doing a good job. Yeah, no, I do believe that this is probably as well as they can do at whatever they do, to be honest. Like, which is pretty sad because it's not very well. It's absolutely the opposite of done well. I have not tried to hunt up here with this armor that I have on right now, and I've almost burnt that out. So let's just be honest. I'm gonna probably need to grab. You know what? Let's just see what we're gonna do anyway. Let me see what kind of equipment I have on me. I didn't even check. I will kill a few things. I don't remember which dome has what. This game is too big and too complex for them. They're not very imaginative either, to be honest, in any way. And so, okay, I'm trying to remember if this guy's too big or not. I'm pretty sure that I need actual armor on me to be fighting these guys, so we're gonna not do that. I'm gonna head us back to the ground. It's too big and too complex, and in all honesty, at this point, it's got out of their hands to the point that they're not doing a good job. And so, it is what it is. We'll all just take a deep breath and power through it, right? But at this point, I'm pretty confident on the not attempting to invest very much into this game at all. In fact, if I hadn't already had a bunch of stuff, I wouldn't be buying crap in here. Um, and that's sad because I was a huge supporter of the game. I really do love the game and the community. I just think their staff is utterly incompetent and making the game worse with each turn instead of better. And so, yeah, that's where we're at on that. Hold on one second. Let me find back the way to the planet right there. I would for sure not recommend somebody putting large amounts of money into the game. It's a fun game, but they keep on messing things up so much that it just drives me crazy. And they don't seem to know how to actually not mess something up each time they do something. I have two different gun blueprints that I went to make the other day, and then I found out, nope, they no longer have the one of the items that goes into it that actually drops in the game, making two blueprints that I've worked up a bunch absolutely invalid and worthless. In which that literally lets me know I can't trust these guys with an investment. They're not competent enough that if I put time and money into something, that it'll actually have any value tomorrow because they're not smart enough to keep the components for something in the game. And that's as nice as I'm going to say it. Like honestly, to be honest, I'm very tempted to say some mean things like that I think they're freaking retarded. Because I kind of think, oh, the only way you could absolutely not realize that you're taking out components for blueprints that already exist in your game is if you have no brain at all. And so, like, yeah, I would definitely not increase the amount of time I play at this point. I'm pretty negative on Entropia today, just to be honest. Finding out that two blueprints were absolutely worthless now, that I put a bunch of time, money, and effort into, didn't make me a very happy camper. And it's just something like that every other month. That they just aren't competent enough in any capacity to keep some consistency in the game to where they're not constantly messing something up. And I mean, at this point, it's a constantly messing something up. It's not even a sometimes they mess something up. It's just a holy crap, what are they going to screw up this time? And I know I'm not the only one. I watch tons of other streamers' videos. Almost every other streamer has definitely pointed out how much they screw up all the time. And so to me, I'm like, I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm gonna land here and kill little guys. Little guys like to be killed too. Looks like there's new people in this area. New people like to be healed. I'll heal the new people, kill the little things. That's a Campbell and Welch plasma pistol is what this is, guys. I was gonna make myself some Wilford heat rays, but both the A and the B Wilford heat ray subcomponents are no longer in the game because MindArc forgot to leave them in the game. Did this? Yeah, Twin caused some issues too. But honestly, guys, before Twin ever even happened, they were already screwing this game all up. And I'm just smoking things, so it won't affect me as much. Snapshot female's getting ready to die. Yeah, I think that honestly, I'm not really sure what my decision on things is. That's a really good return for the gun I'm using. It's not that costly, you guys. It's really a cheap gun. Not buy wise. If you had to buy it, it would be like not. Hey, babe, beta boy. Hope you're doing good. Um, honestly, at this point, if there was an alternative to this game, they'd be going under, you guys. The only reason this game is still alive is because there's not a exact alternative to it, and the amount of money people have invested makes it where they can't just dump it. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it was a good game, and it's a good game when you're just starting out. But the more and more and more they screw things up, holy crap. These guys are going down. I probably should find something a little bigger than these guys. Let's go find something bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna find something bigger. I think that I think it's people being dumb, to be honest. Like that just be that like a bunch of people will lose a bunch of money wasting money on Twin. Like I absolutely think it's a waste. And I'm not even gonna pretend. Um, I think that a lot of people are depositing a lot of money, and good for them if that's what makes their heart happy. I think that much money going into this game is absolutely wasteful. I have better things I can do with money in my world, but that just we all have different thoughts on things maybe. But at this point, with how bad they've managed everything that they've done, I think almost any money put into this game is absolutely a waste. I think that maybe the if you like hunting things and you're enjoying the just hunting aspect and stuff like that, it's not horrible. Oh, this is a good area up here. I like this area. I don't think it'll matter that there's a bunch of money. They're not competent in using it. Like, um, just to be honest. If I thought that they were going to competently use the money, it would be different. But Entropia Universe hasn't done anything competent in like years at this point. I thought no, they added Codex. I liked Codex, but then they took away the Iron Missions. You know what I mean? Because it was really going to affect things if people went up in power a lot. No, it wouldn't have. I don't know. Do you think it's a good thing that they're bringing in so much money? Because they're not doing anything with it that's actually going to benefit any players. Like, is my opinion. I mean, maybe somebody thinks that, oh yeah, this is totally benefiting us all. I don't think it's done anything good for the game. Just to be honest. I think the twin event, instead of being a celebration, is just them trying to figure out how to make more money from a game that I notice less and less people that I know keep playing. Like, I see new people, but I know of several people that have just flat decided to quit over the last 2 months, in which I totally get it. I'm not about to quit. I'm just saying, like, I did understand why the people that did quit. Like, the game has literally got crappier instead of better. And so, as soon as you're not doing as good as it was, I mean, when's the last time you even saw a cool vehicle be made? Nah, it's not worth it to make them. I mean, like, nothing that's cool even gets made in this game anymore because they made it, like, absolutely pointless to make it. Um, there's a few armors and stuff like that, but for the most part, most people just do one of their mission lines for an armor or something like that. And so, I even have considered quitting streaming this game, to be honest, and just logging in and selling stuff in the auction house and logging off, which cracks me up because at one point I super loved playing this game, and at this point, more and more, I'm like, psh, they've literally killed most of it out. Yeah. Oh, they're not. They don't encourage crafting at all. Honestly, they've done such a crap job on promoting the crafting aspect of this game. Um, and in all honesty, yeah, the only markup on almost everything is twin tokens because they drop the same dang drops on everything. Literally, item drops are super rare for no reason. You like the amount of rarity in certain things is super high, but the odds that somebody actually needs it is super low. Yeah, this game's the all the markups are gone out of this game, you guys. I get markups on some things, but it's super exotic things that there's just as much chance that me trying to make it costs me money than makes me money at this point. And so And more and more, I check into stuff and find out that the items for making something don't even exist in the game anymore. And so to me, I'm like, I'm not impressed. I'm absolutely disappointed. I've considered making a list of what items I'm going to continue to make. And I've literally considered being like, well, is it even worth me actually playing the game, or do I just want to load stuff into the auction house and have deeds and just sit there and withdraw money out of the game every little bit? You know what I mean? And that's literally what I know a lot of people are starting to do, where they've already built up a bunch of stuff and they're pissed off. So now all they're doing is logging in to check on their character and pooling, in which there's a few people that just do that, in which they really liked the game, which is the sad part. I'm really not happy with them. Hey Bella, I hope you're having a great day. Like how can you just have a blueprint and forget to leave the items for that blueprint in the freaking game? Like that's just absolutely dumbfounding. Nobody makes them, no. Nobody makes most of the vehicles. Most of the vehicles you can't make. Tons of the blueprints go for nothing. They're literally worthless. Like that's the sad part. There's only for as many items as they have blueprints for, tons of them aren't actually any good anymore at all. Just so you guys know. Like it's just kind of a frickin' joke. Have a blueprint, but it's not actually a craftable blueprint because they don't actually have the stuff to craft that blueprint in the game anymore. Or have a blueprint that goes to something, but that blueprint no longer drops at all. So, yeah, you can craft the subcomponent for it if that blueprint ever still dropped in the game. But oops, we're sorry, we accidentally screwed up, and we don't have those blueprints dropping anymore. So, it's really just they can pretend. Oh, well, I have the monster truck blueprint. I also have the monster truck parts for the most part. That's that's Rocktopia. They've never really adjusted their stuff a lot, so they still have most of what they said they have in their rotation. It's the core Entropia people that suck at their job. Like, just straight up. Yeah, Rocktopia, for as much as everybody gripes about Never Die not actively running his planet anymore, at least he didn't run it into the ground. I mean, that's how I see it. Like, yeah, he doesn't run the planet anymore, but he also isn't ruining the planet. I'm gonna drop this baby. We have a couple drops left. I have a mining amp on me, just so you guys know. If we pull something, it's not natural. It's like there's an 8 in Belcar. I'm gonna kill all these things. Looks like a thick little area. Yeah, there's a tank blueprint also that never drops. And there's tons of people that would be able to craft things that are tier 8, 7, 9, and stuff like that, and 10 for vehicles. But it doesn't matter because the highest vehicle that you end up getting dropped, right, is like a quad wing. And that's like a tier 5 vehicle. And so they actually don't have vehicles that are above that with crap. You would think that they'd have some tier 8 vehicles, and the quad wing interceptor would just be like a mid range vehicle, since it's actually a mid tier blueprint. But nope, that's not how they roll. Because there's two ships in the game that are craftable, a Slipnir and a quad wing. In a game that bilks in tons of money every year. That's the amount of imagination that Mind Arc has. And they don't even have the blueprints for most of the stuff, like the alternatives or the variations. Nope, those will never drop. That'd be too much work to have variations. And the idea that there's not attachments for vehicles is kind of hilarious too. Absolutely kind of mockable in my mind. Not even kind of mockable, it's just mockable, you guys. This game is getting less and less stuff in it instead of more and more, except for the junk that they add in through their events. And most of it, for the most part, it's junk. Like, the people, once they get that stuff, they're never going to get the amount of money that they put into buying it out of it. None of that stuff's worth what? Not crap. I get people will probably get mad and tell me it is worth crap, but it isn't. Um, not worth that much. They just this game relies on big spenders that are super already financially committed to the game and paying to be at the top of the game. Outside of that, there's really actually not that much value for almost any other players in the game, except that it's a better than a click game on your phone. That's where it is at this point. When I first started playing this game, it was definitely a better game. And over time, it's got crappier and crappier and crappier. Sad. Over here, there's gonna be, I can't remember what mob it is, but it's one of the mobs I like to actually shoot. That guy definitely didn't have enough life. But yeah, I consider that at this point, half the time I get on, I just find a new reason to be disappointed with what they've done. Which I don't like, because this game was such a good game. Really super enjoyed it at one point. I don't know if we're going to get something there. Yeah. I had burned up that little attachment the other day, just to be honest with you guys. I don't know. It's a game still. That's about what it is. Okay, there's our 8. Uh, I haven't, but it wouldn't it wouldn't shock me if there's some good limited armor from Next Island. Next Island's team's not incompetent. I told you guys I didn't find the Planet Partners incompetent. So I think Cyrene's people are not incompetent. And I think Next Island's people weren't incompetent. I don't know what's going to happen now, but it's literally the people that run Mindark are absolute frickin' morons or something. Like they do something every week to just totally screw over a player in some capacity. And so that's my issue. My issue is definitely not the planetary partners. The planetary partners, they're about the only thing keeping this game worth playing, to be honest. Yeah, there needs to be new weapons in the game, or they could just put back in the components for the weapons they took out the components for. That'd be kind of nice. Like, yeah, MA keeps hurting all the planet partners. That's literally what it feels like. That's their goal is to suck at what they do. In all honesty, I'm literally the planetary partners, you guys. I have no complaints about. I don't want to come off like I'm talking smack about them. Mind Arc itself sucks. That's what I'm saying. Mind Arc. They don't know what the crap they're doing. They like to screw things up constantly, and they just want to basically drain money out of the pockets of their players, and they're ruining the absolute shit out of this game. Like just freaking ruining it, slowly but surely, to the point that honestly, I don't know why they took the thing public because they literally shouldn't have. I mean, like, psh, yeah, I would expect this game's gonna probably be in trouble over the next few years because it's just badly ran. Oh, that's all they focus on. The only thing they do is come up with new ways to try to make money off their game. They don't come up with new ways to make this game better. Like the amount of innovation is horrible. It's literally some of the least innovative development team. I don't even know if they have a development team or if they just have a marketing team trying to figure out new crappy ways to try to get money out of people. Like that's how I see it at this point. Like it's not impressive to be honest. It definitely has decreased the amount I deposit in any capacity. Oh, yeah, EU5 or UE5 update won't even matter at this point. So they'll have better graphics. So does every other game coming out at this point. And and that's just reality. I think I don't know what it was. I kind of thought that mobs should have some kind of armor resistance so people could be more specialized in hunting a long time ago. But in this case, I don't know what it was about. And I hate to say that. I'm not sure. And that's one of the other things that kind of makes things complicated because when somebody does something, their intentions do matter just as much as what they do. And so I honestly am not sure what they were planning on with that. But I'm a little bit more confused on where they were going with. Did they just want it to where you'd have to pump more money into killing the mob? Or were they actually trying to make it where specialized types of hunters are hunting certain mobs? No idea. Neither one would shock me, is what I will say. You guys, neither one. Like, at all. Here's the thing. The amount of people in this game when they go to UE5 is gonna crash. I don't believe a lot of people have. I have a computer that can run whatever they're gonna jump to. And I can upgrade the components for my computer to whatever they're gonna upgrade up to. But my belief is a lot of the people that are free to play or relaxed play style, their computers aren't going to necessarily be able to run on that level at all. Um, And new people aren't just gonna join this game. Like it just isn't gonna happen. I They won't play on safe mode. They won't. They'll not play at all. But what's going to happen is they'll go play a game. So if I have to play a game on safe mode that just upgraded so that it would have top of the line graphics, and that's their big seller, um, why would you even play this game? I'm pretty sure you need a solid state drive to play it, you guys. Do you guys have solid state drives? I do. I could check the requirements for Unreal 5. Okay, I'm going to give you the requirements. A Pentium 4.2 or ADM64 series or better, a 2.8 gigahertz speed. You need 248 megabytes of RAM. You need a GeForce 7800 series or better or a Radeon 1900 series. It doesn't say that you need a solid state drive. I was looking at a game just the other day that it required a solid state 3D rendering, blah blah blah. So these are the minimum requirements. Sound card, Windows XP, Windows Vista 7. Oh, that's not a big deal. Um, the so the minimum requirements aren't that big of a deal, actually. So if you want to run on minimum, it looks like it's actually super. Is this no? This isn't once they do the upgrade. This is right now. Okay, that's worthless. I asked for once it goes to Unreal 5. Let's try to get it. Okay, pulling up the Unreal 5, guys. You know, they should just have a test the thing. Um, 8 gigabytes of RAM is nothing really, in all honesty. Windows 10, 64, a quad-core Intel. Um, these aren't super high minimum requirements. Yeah, the minimum requirements aren't really actually that impressive, you guys. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people will still be able to play. I see more and more games that have super high requirements. In all honesty, the very first time I ever saw the requirement for a solid state drive was yesterday when I was looking at games, and 3 or 4 games in a row required solid state drives. Which just kind of blew my mind because I thought to myself, is that super common right now to have a solid state drive? I bought one for mine. Mine runs on one. So it didn't shock me, all the way, but a little bit I was kind of like, I would have assumed the requirements for Unreal 5 were higher, but it looks like if you're playing on minimum graphics, you're good. Like, in all honesty. The minimum graphics requirements weren't that good. I mean, they weren't that high. So, if your minimum graphics requirement, you're probably still good. I don't know what just happened. Oh, somebody just bought something. No. Yeah. Somebody definitely just bought something. Now, I can tier something. And SSD does help. I think that they're amazing, to be honest. I would think it could run pretty smooth. I think that I don't know. I'm willing to wait and see what happens when EU5 comes out. If if they don't back put in some of the stuff to make it where the blueprints that they've screwed up over the years can be made again though, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. Cuz at this point, I'd rather them fix what they have than keep being like, "You know what we need is new stuff." Instead of just fixing what they already have screwed up. It's okay. What's Team Fortress 2? I've never played that game. Is it fun? I like fun games. Yeah, this is a huge game upgrade just because they're jumping multiple upgrades because they've been lazy as crap. So absolutely a huge, huge upgrade for them. Because for years and years they neglected to upgrade anything. So, yeah, they'll be hopping multiple what they should have already done years ago. Oh yeah, they're letting the current stuff stay broken. And you would think that they'd want to fix it before they switch over because in all honesty, I don't know. They should worry. It's taking them too long to upgrade is the problem too. That's the other thing. It shouldn't actually take them as long as it's taking. And I was visiting with Deepwater. He's not negative on any of it, you guys. He's actually pretty positive on it. But he believes that that such a small, not large development staff that they just don't have enough people to be doing what they're doing. Which at that point, hire some people or something. Like hire some competent people. I mean I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know. But honestly, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Um, I have BPs in my book. They're absolutely not craftable though, because they keep on making changes, and now at this point, those BPs no longer have the subcomponents available in the game to actually craft them. And to me, that's ridiculous. And every time they do something, every little bit, it's another BP that I have that I used to craft that now I can't. I don't have the Renegade, I don't think, but I have the Wilford Heat Rays, and the Wilford Heat Rays are no longer able to be made. Just That pisses me off. And I have both the A and B, and I have them pretty worked up. Let's look at this. Somewhere are weapons. Could be in here. Okay, it's 2. Weapon 2. I don't have the blueprint for the MK2, so I can't. I could if I had the blueprint for it. I have all these geotechs. These never. You never get the components from most of the geotechs, by the way. That's kind of sad. Here's Wilford Heat Ray, still in their books even, right? Here's the Wilford Heat Ray 1. So if you guys look up the basic strategic combat processor, it's no longer in there. And on the B, if you guys will look up the basic electronic fluid memory, it shows it no longer drops either. Real handy there. So 2 different plasma pistols made absolutely worthless to have the blueprints for, because for some reason I've never had it drop from a combustor run, and I run combustor runs all the time. It might. I'll make a run sometime and we'll see. Because I like combustor runs. But more or less and less blueprints drop, and they're just more of the same ones again. And you get a whole bunch of Armitex blueprints for gun runs, and you get a whole bunch of just crap for combustor runs at this point. Like, the amount of cool vehicles and stuff like that that you used to get a long time ago from a combustor run, it went into the garbage. Because I don't know why. Like, I literally don't understand how they end up taking out so much stuff. But I do think a big WTF about it. And each time I get on and I have another item I can't make because they frickin' um, screwed it up, it just pisses me off. Like, just totally pisses me off. Like those Wilford heat rays, I would make them for myself all the time. I would make them for other people. And every little bit, to keep the price where I wanted it, I would load one into the auction house. I also had them for sale up in my... I'm honestly not sure. I've never seen it drop, even though I've ran pretty good amount of combustor runs. I'll have to run another combustor run, a big one. But I haven't got a Slipnir MK2 drop for a while. And when I did get it, it was so long ago that I didn't actually think it had super big values because I was such a new person that I don't think I kept it. I think I got rid of that stuff. We could probably check though, somehow. I think I would check. I can't think of how. Oh yeah, you never see most of this stuff. That's what makes no sense. Why not allow all the stuff to actually drop? Like that I really don't get where they're going with having less and less stuff that actually drops in this game. And making sure that tons of generic crap drops. It's just a weird situation, guys. A weird situation. They're like, especially since you know how many basic ball bearing blueprints drop? Absolutely freaking worthless amount for no reason. That's something nobody actually was asking for to have such a high drop rate. Instead of having a huge amount of actually good blueprints drop to where people were actually crafting stuff that had some kind of actual value. But no. Why would you want to do that? Definitely interesting the way they went. If it wasn't for the planetary partners, this game would already have gone all the way downhill. Just to be honest, guys. The planetary partners are the only thing saving this game. Guys, do you not think that these guys look like they would be yummy? I don't know if you've ever had like that stuff that they have down south, the crawfish stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Well, it's good. Southern people down in Louisiana, they cook crawfish or crawdads or whatever you're gonna want to call them, crayfish. Um, literally good food. Etouffee, crawfish etouffee. That stuff, it is a shrimp etouffee. I don't even know what etouffee means, but man, is it frickin', it's good stuff. Oh, I'm sorry about that yawn, you guys. I hope that doesn't contaminate you guys. Yeah, etouffee. I don't know how to cook it, but I ate it. Oh my god. You guys. I went to a restaurant this weekend, okay? And I got myself Jamaican chicken and chutney. Super spicy, super good. Like, so freaking good. Like, made me sweat, made my nose run a little bit, but man, was it good. My stomach did backflips, though, the whole, like, evening, kind of. But yeah, I found out I really super, super love the whole Jamaican food. And so, that makes me even more believe that if I had a Moroccan food place, I would enjoy the crap out of Moroccan food. Like just the etouffee was. I didn't have etouffee this weekend, but I had Jamaican chicken and that chutney stuff, and it was super tasty. Super tasty. In fact, that just became one of my new favorite restaurants. On top of that, I'll tell you what else they had. They had a pumpkin pie cheesecake with homemade whipped cream that was super freaking light, super delicious. It was so good. I was absolutely impressed. I was like, oh man, I definitely can eat this. Not every day. I'd be in trouble. Like, oh man, I'd be in trouble. But it was dang good food. In fact, later this week, probably on Friday when I'm supposed to be doing my business meeting stuff, I'm going to change the business meeting plan and I'm going to do my business meeting at that restaurant so that I can have an excuse to eat that food some more. And so I can share the experience with my people. Because it was that good of food. It was at a brewery also. Like a brewery. So I had a beer that was pretty good. But the person I was with let me taste their beer. And so I was super happy with my beer for a second. And then I tasted their like delicious, just amazing beer. And then all of a sudden I had to like go back to my beer. That's why sometimes it's better to not find out what's on the other side of that fence. Yeah, because it's dangerous. You can be way happy with what you have, and then you try what they have, and you're like, why didn't I get that? But in this case, my plate was the better plate, right? But their beer, because I was like, oh, this is a pretty good beer. They're like, oh, you should try this taste. You should try this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I tried theirs, and I was like, and my beer was not as good at all. Not as good at all. They told me though they wouldn't have got what I got. It was super good, but they said it was too spicy. They would not have wanted to eat that. And I thought to myself, this is the perfect spice. Like it's not making me have the hiccups. It's so hot, where you're like in trouble. But it was hot enough that it drew a sweat from my forehead and definitely made my nose run a little bit. And so it had some seasoning to it. Super good seasoning, by the way. I feel I just murdered that poor little bird. I don't think I would kill this thing. That looks like the kind of bird that's a pet, not a... You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Yeah. No, and I get you. That's what they said. They're like, I would not have been okay with this. I like spiced food. One time I was in LA and I stayed in the area that they know as Little Korea or whatever. And I got food that was so good. And it was good, you guys. But can I tell you that about midnight, I ended up in so much trouble. It like tore me up. It didn't even seem like it was Oh, I like jalapenos. What I won't do is any of the crazy peppers that are designed to kill people. Like, like scorpion peppers or stuff like that. I'm a no. Because those are not designed to eat. Those were designed for other reasons, I think. Like doing other stuff. But yeah, I definitely am not a big fan of that. But yeah, normal spice. Well, I guess it's not normal spice. It was listed as one of the spiciest or menu dishes, but every time I've had Jamaican food, it's been super good. Honestly, I should buy myself a Jamaican cookbook. I don't even know. Jamaica is just a. I've never been there, by the way, you guys, at all. I need to go to Jamaica. Some of my friends got kicked off of a cruise ship in Jamaica. Um, Cause they were smoking the Rastafari and Jamaican stuff on their cruise ship, and it was like their second warning, and so they got kicked off the cruise ship and had to fly back home. Cause the cruise ship did not appreciate the the smoke rolling out their room. Yeah, they got in lot. Yeah, in Jamaica, they were asked to leave the cruise ship. So, yeah, don't do that, guys. That was not. And they were supposed to go to like two or three more islands before their trip was to return back home. But they had got a bunch of weed in Jamaica. And they went back to their cruise ship to basically hang out and smoke it. And then they got warned. and they kind of didn't take the warning serious because they're like, oh, it's Jamaica, blah blah blah. And I don't know why they didn't take it serious, but they didn't take the ship's warning serious. And then all of a sudden, they were asked to not only disembark the ship, they had to fly back. Yeah, not the way to do your ship cruise, guys. Off the boat. Or I guess they could have probably got away with going to a smoking area. Yeah, well, they definitely probably got stoned. I wasn't with them. I just know that they had to fly back, and they flew back about 4 days early. Yeah, that is why they didn't take it serious, probably. They didn't, I don't know. But basically, they got in trouble in Jamaica, well, on a cruise ship. So the cruise ship's a private business, and their ability to say, "Hey, we don't want you doing this," is their right. I'm not, I'm not gonna pretend that my friends were in the right there because it's a cruise ship, and whatever their rules are their rules, right? But they didn't think it was gonna be a big deal, and so they just kept puffing, and then poof. In which then they just got like an extra day in Jamaica while they were getting their plane stuff in order and stuff like that. They weren't happy about it though. Just so you guys know, like it was a super big disappointment to them. They were very blunt about the fact that they just like literally didn't think that they would get kicked off of the thing. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. To be honest, if somebody is a ship crew staff and they tell me, hey, you need to quit doing this, I'm going to assume that they really do want me to quit doing that. I'm just more into I'll assume that they're being honest about it. Some people, though, aren't. And they might have just been really baked and not taking it serious for that reason. I mean, who knows at that point, right? They did say they had a whole lot of fun up till that point, and then they still made the best of that final day in Jamaica anyway. And so, like, overall, it was a good trip. I never asked them, though, are you guys allowed to go back on that ship cruise again? Or is this a no no now? Like, do they ban you for life once they've kicked you off in some foreign country? Or is it just hey, next time take this serious, we'll let you on again? Um, Basically, it sounds like it's just a bunch of drinking and a floating casino bar or something. I don't know exactly. I've never been on a cruise either, you guys. All my friends go on cruises. The only cruise I've wanted to go on is one over in Maine and a riverboat cruise down the German Rhine River and stuff like that. So Viking Cruises has all kinds of cruises. And they have a cruise through Europe that I've always wanted to go on because I'd like to go see a lot of Europe and I'd like to be able to just like float down a river and see Europe, just to be honest. And then the other one that I've wanted to go on is a cruise where basically you go and you eat a bunch of shrimp and lobster. Yes, harvesting trees super helps for your animal looter professions and stuff. That's the only cruises I've wanted to go on. I've never been like, you know what, it'd be fun being on a giant mega structure out at sea. Um, well, because from my understanding, everybody is drunk as crap on those. This little bird's in trouble. Well, I missed him. Yeah, I don't feel I would probably hunt those in real life. I like little birds. I've never owned one. I think it doesn't sound that fun to me either. The ones where you're over in Europe going down the European river seem like they would be maybe fun, and maybe the one where it's a lobster cruise over in Maine. I'm not into party boats though, you guys. I'm not party enough. Some people are though. A lot of people like to party hard. I'm more of a, hey, I just want a relaxing, nice, happy, good time. Not a, hey, let me party hard type situation. Because I don't like getting sick to my stomach, for one. And because I don't trust people that are too drunk. Like, I think that that's when people start making super bad decisions and doing super dumb things. You know what I mean? There's our little global. It's a little global, but it's still a global, guys. Oh yeah, I'm with you on that. See, and so why even be on a cruise? What? So do you know where I had fun like that? I went down to San Antonio and I went to the river walk. I don't know if you guys know about the river walk in San Antonio, but it's super good experience. They have tons of amazing restaurants within a short distance of that area, and on top of the amazing restaurants, um, you're not on a cruise. They're just really good restaurants though. And it's super gorgeous, you guys. It's like, oh, it's so pretty. We don't have a river walk area where I live. I can go up to the mountains though that are gorgeous too. But there's not like, hey, go up to the mountains and here's all these restaurants. It's you go up to the mountains to enjoy the mountains. That's an interesting experience though. I love traveling to new places, but the crowds in some places really does kind of freak me out. I'm not overwhelmed by crowds, honestly. I know some people aren't. Some people are fed by a crowd and they're like, "Oh, look at all these people, yay!" If I were in Times Square, I'd just be freaking out. I'd be too nervous. Too many people. Mm. Oh, that guy came up out of nowhere. I would like to go to Rome. Honestly, yeah. Rome would be super neat to see. I would like to go to so many places. The crowds, super not a big deal to wanna. I just don't wanna deal with them. I like a few people, and I like it mostly when I know those few people. Yeah, everybody's different. Well, look at that. We're doing pretty good today, actually. I'm trying to tear this little gun up. We're at 1.27. So I have a lot of stuff to kill before we have it tiered, obviously. Okay, let's take this stuff. Oh, taking. I'm gonna see how close we are to our goal. I'm just trying to get to 100 intelligence. It's taking so freaking long. Oh. Yeah, okay. When does Mayhem start, by the way, you guys? Trying to figure out when Mayhem starts. The 27th? I need them to decide to start Mayhem. I'm not even the biggest fan of it, just to be honest. And do they restock the vendor when they restart Mayhem? Okay, I'm going to take us back somewhere so I can load some stuff into the... Oh, I must have clicked this over, guys. Awesome. I'm always cautiously optimistic. Yeah, I feel you on that, you guys. Let's just hope that they slowly start making better decisions. That's what we'll all hope. I'm just really hoping that eventually they figure out that there's just a huge volume of letdowns, and I like this beach. I would live on a beach like this. I wouldn't want a broken bridge, but I mean, like, can you imagine if you could live on like a little like beach area like this and there weren't alligators to eat you, of course? I checked out the vendor at Twin. I didn't know if it was a new one or not. I noticed that there's already some of the stuff that shows it's not. Um. Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Okay, let's get this stuff up. I don't know how much. Super annoyed at some of this stuff. I need to make metal mountings. This is a constant, you guys. I'm always having to make these. I'm gonna need more standard plates. I don't want to make too many because it'll just be like wasteful to sit there and make a ton. By the way, when I'm running these standard plates, sometimes I get an explosive projectile 4 blueprint recycler. Those always help out on making it more profitable. Not the explosive projectile blueprint, the recycler, guys. If I still was getting explosive projectile blueprints, I'd tell you. And we'd all be making whatever that is to just get rich making those. But, you know, it is what it is. By the way, I need a super plate or some crap like that. I wish they still dropped too. They need to just. I don't know why they took them out like that. Where like now it's just the amount passing back around a bunch. That's kind of annoying, to be honest. I'm thinking that dang delicious food I just had the other day, and I'm like, man, I didn't know I liked chutney, you guys. I actually was pretty shocked. Is this a Rocktopia BP? Great question. It's a Blueprint Book Comp 2. I guess so. I guess, yeah, it is a Rocktopia one. Rocktopia, man, they have a lot of BPs, guys, that actually are still in the game and you can still craft from. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's other vehicles. Yeah, I'll show you. Hold on, we'll look at some. I just had to pump out a few of these just so we can make some metal mountings, and so but yeah, there's other customizable vehicles for sure. The problem is there should be a whole bunch, like almost a dozen customizable vehicles. In which, WTF, why aren't there? But yeah, there's customizable vehicles. I've got a few. Most of them come from Rocktopia though, guys, just so you know. The ones that still can be made. And then there's a few from other planets that can be made too, but Rocktopia really has the whole, hey, I've got the most of that kind of stuff. Rocktopia, before it just like kind of went WTF, really had its way on the best track. Oh, all the armor should be customizable. It makes no sense that they're not. It's absolutely ridiculous, you guys. Kind of sad. All the vehicles, all the armors, why wouldn't they? Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. I just know Rocktopia is still, like, didn't screw up their game. Literally, they haven't done anything to it, but they didn't go and screw things up, so, you know. Sometimes not doing anything is better than doing something badly, right? It's kind of crazy. See how many of these things I have. Those metal mountings, they're kind of expensive. Oh, it wouldn't shock me if there's bugs there. They have some dungeons that don't work right too, but like some of the mines, I don't run the mine instances because there's defects in some of those mines, so which is sad because who doesn't like a mine, right? Who doesn't like an instance? Now, if Rocktopia was just actively managed and got its bugs fixed, it would end up being one of the main planets really quickly. They did a better job by far with making a unique playing experience than most of the other planets. Oh, so yeah, I've heard several people say stuff about the lag on Cyrene right now. Oh yeah, booty raid on Rocktopia is super fun. So are the subways after you fix all the stuff, so you're not having issues the way all the way through it. Um, but booty raid is one of the funner little mini instance things. I probably have enough, you guys. I don't. No reason to just make extra to make extra. Okay, so here's what we do. See that reinforced plate? I've got it all the way up to 20. Yeah, we'll hope that happens someday soon. Components, mount. We're making a metal mounting. We only need 25 of these babies probably. I don't. Oh, a product. Oh, okay. I get you. Um, honestly, I don't. I'm kind of confused on. I'm not a expert on computers, you guys, so I don't try to pretend. Um, to know exactly where all they're screwing up. I just feel it could be done better. I play a lot of games. I even play games off of stream, different games to see if I like them and stuff. And so I feel that since I see little indie games coming out that are actually better done sometimes, it shocks me a lot. And so I just don't know enough about games to know exactly where they're messing up. I don't even know how a server is purposely scaled. Don't do they just pay somebody to be like, hey, if we have a lot of load on this, can we get extra server stuff? Because if it's something that simple, that is their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on a lot of stuff, but okay, so you pay for the servers. Are servers expensive? I have a friend that owns a server. Are they like a costly thing to own? And I'm not trying to be mean, but my friend's never been like, "Oh, the server I own, it's so expensive." He's always like, he's always, whoa, whoa, I don't want to make four. Hold on, we're gonna stop this. Yeah, we didn't want to make 4. I only want to make the amount we have stuff for. Oh, that was rude of them. I don't think I made enough metal mountings there. We've got another. Boom, boom. And then we'll look at vehicles real quick. Yeah, I think my buddy, I think his server offers services to businesses or something like that. I don't think he actually uses it for himself. I got to check where the market price is on this. I don't like to undercut it by a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put it back down here at this 113 zone. That's 85 pet. That's a fair price, I think. Boom. Okay, let's look at these vehicles. And I'll show you guys how many vehicles are actually customizable. Okay, we'll flip this baby where it's upside down. Okay, not customizable, but fancy car should be customizable. Hoverboard, the Crapster, mine's customized. What the heck? Hold on, let's look at this, guys, because mine's customized. Oh, wait, which one's my edition? S edition. Okay, so the S edition is customizable. So see how mine has, well, you guys can't see, but mine has customized stuff on it, and it has been customized with denim and perpite texture. I don't know why I did it that way. So this one not customizable, this one customizable. No, this is customizable. Not custom color though. Here's pit bulls. These are customizable. You just need some brakes and some. How much do these go for? Holy crap! Why are people charging so much on these babies? Too much, guys. Disc brakes. Do we have disc brakes for sale? That's too much. They're charging too much, guys. Disc brakes, blah blah. Radiators, disc brakes, and a combustor. That's a lot. Grungans are customizable. I thought some of these vehicles were customizable for some reason. Yeah, the biohazard is customizable. So it doesn't reflect properly in their little thing. It should say it like that, right? I don't want to say all land vehicles, but this is customizable. The default monster truck. Um, it looks like most of the land vehicles for sure are. What about this pig? Cannot be repaired. This is not customizable. Hold on one second. Do we have disc brakes? I do have disc brakes. Okay, so we've got one, two. I just want to make sure I have enough for a few clicks, just in case we suck at this. I'm still working up my manufacturing methodology, by the way, you guys. That's coming super slow. That's probably enough clicks. We'll wait for one more. Okay, let's see what else we needed. A radiator, right? Combustors, radiator, yeah. Radiator. I had all this stuff on me, luckily. Can I heal him while we're doing this? Crazy, I can heal people while I'm actually crafting. I just multitasked, you guys. I'm doing crappy at making radiators, though. Not happy with that. I'll probably just grab some more Ares powder. I feel we need more radiators than what I have. That's probably enough. Right there, that's a lot. I don't use the crap out of this stuff, so. I'll put these in storage. They'll come in handy at a later date. I don't know how many we have going. Like 24 of these babies? I don't make radiators and stuff a lot, so we're getting lots of level ups on our blueprint, not a lot of anything else. Okay. What one was I about to? Pitbull, MK1, Combustor. What's the difference between the MK2? It's more expensive, also customizable. Okay, Pitbull MK1. Combustors. We need a few combustors, guys. Oh, the Siren crafting dailies are freaking amazing. I'm going to do all 50 of these combustors. Leave us 5. My combustor blueprint is pretty freaking high, by the way, at this point. Let's check it. It's at 88.1, so we're about to be in the 90-something percentile quality rating on our combustor. I really just need to do one giant combustor run, push it over the edge, have it at 100%. This is crap outcomes, though. Bunch of near successes, no successes there. About to say, like I need like 4 for each click. Oh, see, we got a warp drive, 8 warp drives. Those always sell for a bunch. Not gonna sell them right now, but I like to save warp drives till we have about 10 warp drives to sell. Or more, you know. Armor device 2. I don't really care about those. I have a whole bunch of those. Those sell, but you know, like, not often. All kinds of stuff going on today. So I keep on getting messages from people. People having birthdays, people doing stuff. Okay, there's some space thrusters. Wish I knew how to make the stuff that they made at their little restaurant, kind of. I don't know how much effort it would take, but I really like their food. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. How do we only have enough for one? Okay, angel flakes. Let me grab some of these babies. I'm gonna grab this one. Okay, how much? 41. Hey, Iverson, I hope you're having a great day. Rude, rude. They're gonna want me to make more disc brakes, you guys. Okay, good. We got one without having to make more disc brakes. Okay, so then we're gonna take this baby over here. sell it. We'll look at it first. We'll check this out. So 41. Does it give our cargo capacity? Where's the cargo capacity? Bull grip, blah blah. Cargo. 150 items and 401 cargo capacity. That's an excellent mining vehicle. That's why people are using those. What's the markup on this baby? Okay, watch this. Boom, boom. 124. Now I'm going to make it where the buyout is at. Yeah, that's fair. That's within the zone of what people are about. Let's drop it by one. Make it a little bit better of a deal. Okay. Boom, boom. I might make myself one of those. I I have no idea. If nobody buys it though, I'll just use it for myself. I don't make low TT items, honestly. So I don't know. Everything I make, I put at full TT and it always sells anyway. So I mean, like that could be true. And in the future, I'll tell you. Would if you'll ask on Thursday and see, and I'll let you know. Because I honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. I don't make those normally. That's the first one of those I've made. I normally make Slipneers and the little helicopters and stuff like that and guns. Lots of guns. And so, and a lot of weapon attachments. I like a lot of weapon attachments. But you've got a great question there, Star Tracer. I'm not the expert on making those. I do like how much storage capacity they have though. Super impressive amount. Real quick, I'm going to find somebody we can raid over to. I'm pretty sure we can find somebody playing Entropia. I'll try to have a much better, more positive attitude next time I'm playing, just to be honest. I know I was a little pissy. I don't try to be pissy. It just happens sometimes, just to be honest. Let's see what Sleepy Ninja's doing. He's sometimes doing interesting. Oh, you guys will like Sleepy Ninja. He's doing fun stuff. I'm sure that's probably true. I know a lot of people use it in mining too. So once they have too much stuff on them, they just put it all in there and send it back to storage, which is super handy. Peace, very best best wishes. You guys have a great day, okay?